What's going on, you guys? What's going on? What's going on? I hope y'all are all doing well tonight. Listen, so this is just going to be kind of a test live because I have not been on YouTube for so long, and I don't even know how the the stream yard works. So this is just going to be a quick live talking about Bell Collective, episode 1 and 2, and shit, we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it because this is not going to be a long live. I'm probably going to try to get on here for about 20 minutes max. So yeah, let's get into it. So Bell Collective is back. If you don't know, then you know that I'm on currently Roast and Review with Scotty by Nature TV and giving you the real tea. And this group of girls here is a very interesting group. Carlos King decided to bring this show back. I don't know why. I mean, well, I know why he brought this show back, but I'm kind of mad at him because it could have been produced much better. So you have all the ladies returning back to the season, and you have two new additions. Okay, we already know that Akeisha and Sakushi left from the previous season. So here you have Letitia Pearson, you have Latrice Rogers, you have Marie Hamilton, you have Selena Johnson, and you have Tamara Marie, and then you have the new addition. Okay, so she is um a new addition to the show, and I'm just like, okay, why? Like, her name is Carrie, and I'm just like, okay, she's already coming in pretty hot, right? So let's go ahead and get into episode 1 because it's already past weeks ago. We already know that all these women are coming back. And there has already been kind of some drama. So it opens up with Marie, in this group because she is dating. Um, she is, back cool with her ex-husband Cedric. There in love. Cedric came back into the picture, and then she's also dating another gentleman. So it opens up with Marie and Latrice actually chit-chatting and talking it up, which is so interesting to me because they have always had a beef for the most longest time. And I just found it very interesting that now they're finally talking. They're good. So Latrice Marie pretty much, like I said, she's dating her ex-husband, Cedric. Um and she take her daughter over there to him. They said that how they're in a much better space. Now I feel like personally that Cedric is just a playboy. I mean, you look at him, he looks childish. He's doing nothing but playing games all damn day. So yeah, so that's what's been going on with Marie. So so like I said, she's dating her ex-husband and also a legally married man. So that has been kind of giving issues. So let me go ahead and get into. I'm gonna skip around because this is already, the first episode already kind of passed. Let's go ahead and get into Letitia. So as usual, she's in the best place that she is in right now with Glenn, and she's so happy, so in love. They're doing so much better. Glenn is so much communicating better, which is not true. I personally feel like that this is just a stunt, because I feel like that Letitia is the most performative one on this cast. Okay, so we're gonna see how long that lasts. Okay, so next we're gonna talk about Latrice. So Latrice actually has a friend, Amanda. Okay, so Latrice is back. Her husband Cliff is back. Same old, same old. They was talking about how there's some tension. When is there not some tension in Latrice's marriage with Cliff? They was talking about how they're gonna stay overnight in the condo. So there was a whole, the condos was kind of Cliff ideas. Latrice is definitely booked and busy. And you can always, as always, see the cracks in Latrice and Cliff's marriage. But Latrice has a friend Amanda. She comes up. Okay, so Amanda is like a unofficial friend of the show. I'm assuming she's an unofficial friend of the show, and Amanda recently divorced her wife for infidelity. So she's trying to kind of get back into the dating scene there, and it's been kind of messy because she made some kind of accusations about Glenn. So she was just saying how Letitia is sneaky, how their hands, I guess, with her and Amanda and Glenn messing around or whatever, which is very interesting to me. Okay, so we already talked about Marie. Selena is having issues right now in her relationship. She's having issues right now in her relationship with her fiance Mike. I feel like that there's a communication issue with them. So, um, and with these scenes, I'm just like, oh my goodness, are you serious? I just don't necessarily feel like it's authentic. I feel like that Selena is definitely keeping up with some type of fraud or front. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. That's what's been going on with her. Tamra, girl, Tamra is, I guess, there. I really don't know what she got going on, but she's definitely there, existing. And then Carrie. So Carrie is new on the show. She's gonna be tingling with the girl. She's also messy herself. So I'm just like, okay, I we're gonna have to see what that kind of gives to. Um the party, they have like an event at Marie's towards the end of the episode, and it becomes messy. Like I said, the new girl come in hot and everybody's dancing together. Marie's trying to decide who she wants. She don't know who she want to date right now. So that is in episode 1. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and get into episode 2. So okay. So now in this latest episode, you guys, Marie's events kind of sparked mixed reactions, right? Because the situation with it didn't sit right with the Bells. It did not sit right with the Bells. Letitia and Carrie kind of meet up after Marie's event and kind of talk, and Carrie definitely started showing her on her shade. She said she admitted she enjoyed herself, but she can't help but point out the event was not, wasn't giving coastal vibes. So Letitia reminded her that Jackson women don't take lightly to, digs about their city. So Carrie tried to play it off. It was definitely giving a 2.0 Akeisha. 2.0 Akeisha. And yeah. So now it also shifts to Marie's love life. So, Marie and Cedric, I'm sorry, how she invited Martin and Cedric to her party. So I guess Cedric originally told her that he wasn't going to attend, but that kind of left Letitia confused. Like she's trying to figure out what happened. Like what type of love triangle is this? So as Marie trying to focus on her brand, she's also planning on, telling the women that they're gonna, I guess Letitia's kind of rework this women's brunch. Excuse me. So Carrie's going to help her out with that. So Marie sits down with her best friend Essie, and talking about her next chapter. Basically, Essie was saying, "Girl, you need one more year, to retire. 25 years as an entrepreneur. Listen, entrepreneurship is not easy. I know for me, life be life, and it's been busy, so I could totally understand that." But Essie immediately says, "Like, girl, like, you need to get your shit together because if you would have had some time to focus more on your business, if you would have stopped juggling all these men's." So Marie did admit that she's torn between the two men, and but she loves Cedric more. Like she cared about Cedric more. So Essie just tells Marie that she needs to get her priorities straight. Period. So this kind of talk with go to Marie and Cedric. This is definitely the Marie show. This episode, definitely the Marie show. But Marie and Cedric talk about their relationship and about the old chemistry. And Cedric kind of admitted that he felt uncomfortable. Now I was looking at Cedric; he's very handsome, but like I said earlier, he likes to play games, and who's not here? Like, ain't nobody here for that, right? So they talk about Marie talked about how she never want to be in that position again, and he called his love for her unconditional. And my thing is that you can have love for somebody unconditional, but not be in love with them. Okay. So Marie is definitely stuck between Cedric and Martin. Now let's go ahead and talk about Mrs. Selena. So Selena, I'll be honest, I don't know where she fits in into this scene right now, like this season. I know it's the second episode, but it's giving very lackluster as far as her scenes. I feel myself skipping over her scenes, but Selena is feeling overwhelmed because dealing with everything that she's got going on. Now, granted, I get it because her son passed, so maybe she's just not emotionally there, or emotionally checked in, right? But she's been harping on her fiance Mike about communication. And she's been kind of giving him the silent treatment. Listen, silent treatment is not good for a healthy relationship at all. It does not give anything for a healthy relationship. You have to be able to communicate. I do not believe in silent treatment. You're going to definitely have to talk it out and express how you feel regarding situations, right? So when they finally speak face to face, Selena does not hold back. She tells Mike that he's been acting more like a boyfriend than a fiance. So she's like, "Listen, the way you got me is the way you're gonna have to keep me." She tells him. So Mike is like, Mike might be looking to the camera like he just wanted to start busting out laughing. He really do. And I don't feel like this shit real, honestly. I feel like this is fake. Selena needed something to kind of start off the season with, because it's definitely seems like that this season is giving a super slow start. So, she's standing firm, calling him out, doing the conversations, but yeah, Mike just looking like, why this woman got me acting like this? Like, we good. Mike know that he hit it. He probably just hit it right after the scene. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to later in the episode, where we are talking about Letitia's, her relearn social event. So everybody is on time except Marie. And of course, Carrie is shading Marie, talking about why she late. And if I was somebody's best friend, I wouldn't have showed up late to support my friend or whatever. But everybody is talking about Marie and her love life. So as Marie, kind of asking like, why everybody trying to figure out what's going on with me, she flipped the script and she said, let's play a game, true or false. Have any of y'all ever experienced infidelity in your marriage or relationship? So the room goes quiet and people were like, why would you bring this up? Why would this happen? Like, why would you bring this up? Oh, and all the girls are there except Tamara. Okay. I don't know where Tamara was. She was ghost this episode. So, you know, Marie, she does not back down at all. So she explains that Cedric is her ex-husband and the tragedy of the death of a loved one has brought them together. This is why I'm still sorting things out with her boo thing, Martin. So that's why she's in this love triangle that she's in right now. Okay, now on the flip side, Latrice and Selena has some issues and some beef that they need to kind of clear up. So Latrice kind of felt disappointed because she felt abandoned when Selena did not show up during the grand opening for her restaurant. So she said, as friends and business partners, communication was key. So Selena did apologize for that because she said that she was opened up about she opened up about her car accident. She was grieving the loss of her dog, who was the same one that belonged to her late son. So she was like, she was in another different type of mindset, and she just could not show up for her girl. And honestly, I totally understand that because life happens. Like, I was happy to kind of see them communicate and talk this thing out. So, yeah. So hearing the frustration, they was able to talk it out like grown women, and they both acknowledged that they could have spoken sooner and apologized for letting the distance between her, because I think Selena has been trying to reach out to Latrice, but Latrice, and life be life, and you be busy, you have your things going on. So yeah. So and I like to also mention that Selena opened up, her relationship to her daughter. So she was talking about the miscommunication with her daughters in a later scene. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the end of this. Marie kind of end things with Martin. So at the end of the episode, Marie makes a decision and she chose her relationship. She chooses to end her relationship with Martin. It was an emotional back and forth. I feel like that this whole situation between her and Martin, it wasn't really. I feel like that she just brought him on, like they might be homies, and just brought him on to play as a romantic interest, right? Just for a storyline. But she said that she thanked him for showing a different side of life. However, her heart belongs somewhere else. So, she's Marie, and it was a difficult, I guess, scene for Marie. But she's going to go ahead and decide to move with Cedric. And it's so crazy. Why do we always choose the people that hurt us the most or do us dirty the most? You know what I'm saying? Very interesting. So, Martin understand and take the news, but yeah, and that was pretty much the end of episode 2. Okay, now, like I said, this show is starting off really slow, and I want to just kind of get on here a late night recap. As y'all know, my schedule is extremely busy. I'm currently in production school, and I also have other personal things that I'm working on. So my my time is time. My time is very clutch. But yeah, guys, I want to get on here and talk about, episode 1 and 2. I will be on Roast and Review tomorrow. I want to get this out before I hop on Roast and Review tomorrow with Scotty and T. And let me know your thoughts and comments on both episodes in the description. I mean, in the comments. And I will see you guys later. All right. Bye.